How's it going, guys? Thanks for tuning in and watching the channel. It's been a while since I posted up a video, so I wanted to go ahead and throw one up for you guys. Got a new project that comes out. I mean, there's usually a new project with me, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you what I'm gonna be working on here. There she is. So it is a unknown year, unknown make John boat. I don't know a lot about these, but I've been watching a lot of videos on them because basically what I'm gonna do is I got my other boat, my pontoon boat. Yep, the big bastard over there. So we got that one, and I like to do a lot of fishing. So each time I have to take that pontoon out, basically I got to go out and me and my son unload that, or have to invite the father-in-law, and we all go out and we fish because it's, you know, it's a big boat. And me by myself just going out, just taking that boat out and going fishing, it's kind of more of a pain in the butt, and it doesn't really make it worth my time because we usually go out in the morning and it gets too hot in the afternoon, so we have to shut it down. So we only get like 4 or 5 hours of fishing, if that, and then we got to shut it down and go home. And the lakes are usually far away, so I decided, you know, I just get one of these little John boats. I was talking to the wife and I was like, hey, maybe we could buy you know, a nice bass boat. I was like, let's get a bass boat, you know, you can spend a couple grand and, you know, get a decent one. And she's like, you already have a boat, Brian. So I'm like, okay, well, what if I just spend a couple hundred and I buy something like this? So she was okay with that. She's on board. So we bought this old turd. Got it really cheap. Had to travel 3 hours to get it, but it's all good. As you can see, she's old and beat up. From what I saw, pretty much all the rivets on the bottom have all been aluminum welded around them, so they should be in pretty good shape. Truss is completely shot. I'm gonna have to rip that whole thing out, pull a whole new piece of wood in there that's all waterproofed. I'm gonna take it all the way to the bottom. I'm gonna take the truss bar there off so that I can take it all the way to the bottom, and then I'll put that back on, make it look nice. We have a lot of plans for this boat. So basically what I did was I went up and I talked to this guy, and he had the boat, got it for, you know, a cheap price, say. And then I was like, well, you know, I'm gonna put an electric motor on it, and you know, I'll just kind of put around with the electric motor. And I said I kind of like to have a gas motor on it at one point in time. I'll put a gas motor on the back of it, and then on the front I'll just go ahead and run me a trolling motor, you know, electric trolling motor in the future. And he's like, well, I got a gas one. So I was like, well, let's check it out. So this is what the guy had, and he sold it to me pretty cheap as well. So it's an old Johnson 4. I believe this is about a 1984, mid 80s. Gas powered, 2-stroke. It's the Seahorse Johnson 4. So from what I've seen, it looks pretty good. I got it dirt cheap, so hopefully it runs. I don't know if it runs. I have it sitting on the ground, which I don't like. I need to build me a stand to go ahead and get it upright. In the middle of doing that. He didn't have a gas tank for it, or the connections or anything. He looked all over his garage and he couldn't find them, so basically I was like, yeah, it's fine, I'll just take the motor and hopefully it works. And I pulled the string on it to see if it had compression. It had really good compression. So what I did was the other day, went up on Craigslist, found this gas tank for little to nothing as well. It just happens to have the same fittings as the Johnson. So ordered up the connection that has the bulb on it, the 2 connections with the bulb on it, all in one on eBay for, I think it was like 20 bucks or something like that. So hopefully it comes in and I can just plug it in and it'll work. I'm usually not that lucky when it comes to eBay. Usually I'll order it, it'll come in, and it won't work. It won't fit. I don't know, but I'm gonna roll the dice on it. And if it does work, then I'll have this complete setup. That gas tank actually fits perfectly in the back of the boat right there. So I can put that back there when I need to use it. Then, same dude that sold me the gas tank, he, on Craigslist, had this bad boy. This is the Minn Kota Edge, and it is the, what is it, the 45? So it's got a 45 thrust on it. Had a broken propeller, prop. prop was broken, but he had a brand new one that came with it. Didn't want to throw it on it because he was afraid it would get broken. So it seems to be in very good shape. I do not have the connection that goes to the boat, which actually hooks up to this right here. So I'm going to be looking for that. I think Bass Pro's got it. We're just going to have to check it out. So I'll get one of those. So with all this being said, all these new goodies I got, what I'm going to do is I've watched a lot of videos on YouTube that these guys are taking these John boats and then they're fully decking out the whole front end. So they'll deck it out, and then on mine, what I'm going to do is I'm going to deck it out here. I'm going to probably put a door just in the middle here. I'll have the motor mounted here up front. So then I'll put my, I'm thinking maybe, if it doesn't weigh too much, my trolling motor battery up here. Then I'll be able to lift this up and I could put my lures, my tackle box, and all that stuff under there. This will be a deck so I can fish off the top of it, which will be nice. Then back here, the deck's going to come all the way to here. So somebody else can sit facing that way. And right here, I'm going to go ahead and do the bottom part. So we'll have a carpeted bottom part. This will be carpeted as well. So I'm going to make that all out of wood. I'm hoping it's going to be, you know, everybody says to kind of do it in aluminum, but aluminum nowadays costs a lot of money. And it's more than what my wife's going to let me put into this little turd. So what we're going to do is do it all in wood. So we'll build the frame under it, put the deck on top, have that nice and carpeted, have my door on it, maybe 2 doors, who knows. We'll see. I want to keep the weight down as much as I can because I'm kind of a fat kid. So I don't want to push too much weight in. This boat sits so low already, as you can see. We start putting weight on it, she's going to be really sitting on the ground. Really what I got it for anyway is just to, I'm not going to put it in the lake. I don't, maybe a mountain lake, you know, something that's kind of smaller. Other than that, I want to kind of throw this into ponds. We have a lot of ponds around here. And I've been seeing some spots where I like to bass fish. And I've been seeing spots where I can't get to. Like you'll have tall cattails all the way around it, and I can't get to those spots without having something to float. And I can't put the boat on it or the pontoon on it, so this will work out perfect. So, back to what I was saying. I'm gonna go ahead and put a deck down here on the bottom. We'll have the flooring done, carpeted. Then I might do a back deck here. Gas tank there, maybe put the battery there and run the wires up front. I'm gonna see how balanced we get her because I don't want too much weight in the front and I don't want too much weight in the rear. So far in the rear, I'm gonna have gas tank, and of course I'm gonna be putting that motor back here. So got the motor. We might be able to put the battery here. We'll see. Run the lines up. And then basically what I'm going to do is flip it over. I'm going to paint the whole bottom half of it with, I haven't decided yet. If any of you guys gone through any of these projects and you think what works best, let me know as far as the undercoating on the bottom. I've seen people put, I think what was called frog skin or something like that. It's kind of expensive. I'm on a budget. I'm trying to keep this pretty cheap so that, you know, maybe my viewers out here, if they're wanting to do John boats like this, maybe they could see how cheap I did it, and we could do it all around how much it all cost. So far, this boat right here cost me 150 bucks. 150 bucks for this. The little white motor in there, the Johnson, I got for 100 bucks on top of that. So 250 bucks in. I paid 35 for the gas tank. 150 bucks for the little trolling motor. So I'm doing pretty good so far. The decking, everything should be pretty cheap. I'll put an undercoating on it. I've seen people or heard of people putting Flex Seal on the bottom, and they actually had this cool gray Flex Seal spray on. So I was thinking about flipping it and doing the Flex Seal on the bottom. Don't know how good that stuff holds up. I'm gonna try it. And anyway, if you guys have tried something like that, or if you see something better, hit me up in the comments and let me know what works good. Because I'm all about saving money, and I'm all about, you know, making stuff last so it doesn't scrape off right away. Other than that, what we're gonna do is, I saw another video that shot, it's a white camouflage. Why I want to do white camouflage, I have no idea. I don't really care about doing green camouflage on this because everybody has a green John boat or a green camouflage John boat. So we're gonna keep it kind of cool looking because it's gonna be mine. We don't have winter here anyway, who gives a shit? But I've seen this pretty neat looking white camouflage, which is basically painting it black, and then what they do is they'll just take you know, sticks from trees and different freaking vegetation, and they'll lay it on there, and they'll spray. So they'll put black, and then you spray with the white, and then I'll probably hit it with another gray, and I'll have different vegetation on the side of it. Then I might throw some cool skulls and stuff on there, and we'll name the boat. I was kidding around calling it La Petite. I don't know why, it just came to mind. But we're gonna run that and paint it, deck it, put the motors on it. Still got to get batteries and everything. But once that gets done, then we're gonna go ahead and fish it. But I need to actually put this on water first, because according to the guy, I hadn't been on the water for 15 years. Which I believe. I mean, look at it. It's yeah, pretty old and beat up. It's gonna take a little bit to get it back to where it needs to be, but for the price, it's good. Then I'm thinking that something this big I really can't toss in the back of my truck with all the stuff on it. It's gonna start getting heavy. It's pretty light right now. I could load it by myself, but it's still, after I put everything on there, she's gonna weigh a lot. So I was looking for a trailer. Can't really find trailers around here, and when you do, people are like, oh, I want 500 bucks for my trailer. It's just an old piece of junk that has bad tires on it, that needs this and that. So what I got is this old turd. Basically what this is one of them Harbor Freight gigs. You know, the ones you buy at Harbor Freight for a couple $100. Usually just come with the frame like this. They don't have wood on top of them. And what I'm gonna do is I've already started taking the bolts off, and what we're gonna do is just take this, remove the wood, because it's got two big layers, just like that, of wood on it. It's folded in half. Normally it folds that way, and you have a full trailer. I think it's can't remember how long it is. It's probably about 8 foot. I don't know. But basically what I'm going to do is take all the wood off it. Then I'm going to run, you know, your wooden parts to go along the bottom with carpet on them. Runners, whatever they're called. I'm going to put 2 of those down the center of it like this. Then right now the boat hangs to, if I put it on there and don't have too much hanging out the back, maybe a foot, boat will come to about right in here. So I got that tongue. So thinking about cutting that off, re-welding another piece here and here with another square channel that's going to come out this way, and then I'll go ahead and mount my winch on it in the front clip so that I could put the boat on, and then basically paint it. If I put any tires on it, you know, it's an old hunk of shit. Now it's just sitting around, so I was like, let's do something with it, you know, because it's just sitting around anyway. So that's what I'm going to turn into my boat trailer. It should fit that just fine, I'm thinking, after I'm done with it. Shouldn't cost too much, I hope. If I could find one in the meantime that someone has already got set up, like a jet ski or something like that, that I can, you know, get for little to nothing, then I'll go ahead and do that. Other than that, basically I'm just trying to save money so my wife don't kill me, and I can still play around and, you know, do my little projects and stuff. So this is what we got. This is what we got to work with. Like I said, if you guys have any of you guys worked on any of these John boats, or, you know, building these trailers, you got any ideas for me, cheaper ideas, let me know. I've seen, like I said, I've watched a lot of video. I do a lot of research on stuff before I dive into it. So I've been doing quite a bit of research on this. I think it's going to be a pretty cool build. I mean, hopefully she'll hold when I stand up on it and it just don't flip over. But I've seen people that have ran 2 people on them before, and it's been fine. Just seen another guy that completely decked the whole damn thing and then just put a motor on the back. So we're gonna try it. Anyway, I'm gonna document it on video, show it to you guys. If this is something that interests you, thumb up, leave some comments. Let me know how you guys think. What you guys think? Am I wasting my time? Is it a piece of junk? Everything is buildable. Everything will be nice when you get to put a little money into it. So I just want to go fishing. We're all set up and ready to go. Like I said, I got my other boat. I got my pole rack over here. All my poles ready. Just been doing a lot of research on bass fishing and stuff, and that's what we're going to be doing a lot of down here. So I might take a lot of that, or a little bit of that, to the channel. I don't know. We'll see how it swings. If I kind of go hard into this fishing stuff, then I'll probably branch off into a different channel so I can leave this to my fun toys, like my razors and quads and all the stuff that you guys probably got on here and subscribe to. Anyway, hit that subscribe button for me, though. It's right there on the corner of the screen. It says subscribe. Hit that. It really helps me out and inspires me to do more videos. Makes me happy when I see my numbers climb. They're climbing very slowly, but Anyway, either way, thank y'all for watching this video. Prepare to see more on it because I'm going to be bringing a lot out on it. So till then, we'll see y'all later. Thanks.